Welcome to Jump Cuts the Sequel. My name is Josh and thank you for checking out the JB2 channel. Today's going to be a very special video, not because it's my second video ever, but because it's more about when you're feeling unhappy with where you are in life. How to identify where you are and ways you can put yourself on the path to feeling more fulfilled. Let me first say this. This video is not going to cover any parts of depression. That is a very intense topic, and I would be doing it a disservice by making it a small subplot to a small video. When I do a topic about depression, it's going to be its own video. That way we can attack it together. That being said, let's get started. So, you're unhappy with where you are in life. First, I want to say that you're not alone. And even though every situation is unique, never feel like you're facing this problem by yourself. It takes a lot of courage to seek out help in terms of how to get better with what you're feeling and how to improve yourself in your life. So for that, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video because it's a big honor for me to be able to help you get to where you want to be. Understanding where you are in the grand scheme of life. Before we tackle problems or inner battles that you may be facing, it's important to take time to step back and look at where you are in the grand scheme of life. Are you in school, maybe part-time or full-time? Maybe a part-time worker or a full-time worker? Hell, you may even be all of those things wrapped into one. But I want to let you know one thing. Don't worry. Easier said than done, I know. There are ways to turn things around internally that are going to take care of everything external. It's going to make everything better. This leads me to my next question, and it's kind of a hard one. What about your situation makes you unhappy? This is a hard question because we're going to look inside of ourselves and we're going to realize some harsh things. For example, let's say that you're unhappy that you don't have a significant other. Now, of course, that begs the question, why am I unhappy that I don't have a significant other? Is it because you feel alone? Is it because you feel worthless if you don't have appreciation from an outside source? Maybe it's because you feel like you've been put on a timetable by society to be at a certain point in your life and have a family and have kids, the whole nine, white picket fence and everything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. There is one thing I want you to know though. Your value is determined by you. Not anyone else, not society, you alone. Never let outside sources or expectations make you feel like less of a person. Life is a journey, not a race. So feel free to take your time to smell the flowers. That being said, do the same thing with the self-evaluation process. Don't rush this point of growing. Take your time in this situation. You need to learn about yourself. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? Look in every nook and cranny of yourself. It sounded a little weird, but you know what I mean, right? Whenever you're discovering who you are, you can't do it in a day. And if you can, you need to write a book and sell it because I'll read it. When you learn about who you are, it's a journey. It takes time, just like life. But when you figure out all the things you need to know, it's so much easier to put yourself in a better headspace. I promise. Now that you've taken the time to look inside yourself, now what do? Well, I'll tell you what you need to do. Write it all down. That's the last thing I wanted from a self-help video is an assignment. Nothing makes an internal problem easier to handle than making it tangible. By making it tangible, I mean giving it solid form by making it words on a piece of paper. When you create a list, not only do you make those ambiguous feelings, the hurt inside you, have form, you also create a foundation for yourself, or I guess you could say a roadmap that will lead you to the prosperity that you're looking for. Sorry if you were vibing the brown shirt. You're gonna have to vibe the white hoodie because it's a little cold. So here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna take a look at the list that you just created
and we're gonna make a game plan that's gonna help pull you out of that funk. Before I continue, this is the part where you need to ask yourself, are a couple tweets gonna be all I need in order to get where I wanna be ultimately? Or am I feeling emotional and mental pain that kind of needs a little bit more than just a couple tweaks? Ultimately, do I need to see a counselor? And what I will say is you are strong enough to determine that you need help. Now it's just time to take action and seek it. I'm a big believer in having an outlet, and having someone to talk to about the things that you're going through is a perfect way to feel immense relief. So let's get back to that action plan. This next part is going to involve the C word. Now, it's something that brings a lot of people fear. It's kind of cringy if you think about it. And if you're the type of person that has a faint of heart, I would skip ahead 5 seconds. The word I'm talking about, of course, is commitment.
Boo! Now you're just being silly.
You're going to have to commit to the solutions that are tailored towards your list. This commitment involves being consistent with the decisions that you're going to have to make in order to ultimately culminate successful results and getting where you want to be. If you are in the boat that feels like you need counseling, here's your action plan. Begin to research counselors in your area, whether it be in a counseling center or just a local counselor that you know and trust. While you're looking, be sure to find someone that matches your personality and matches your immediate need. There are counselors that have specialties that are tailored towards more specific emotional and mental needs. I do want to give a disclaimer. Because of the times that we're in currently with lockdowns and everything like that, it may be a little bit before you find the right person or find someone that has availability. Keeping that in mind, don't stop investing in yourself and your mental and emotional well-being. You will find someone in time, and when you do, you're going to feel so much better. We are in this together, but this is one of the hard things that we have to talk about. I cannot, on your behalf, do the things that are tailored for your list in order to help you get better. Ultimately, this is going to be your responsibility to make sure you get these things done. Keep to the action plan, stay strong, keep hitting those bulletin points that you have on your list, and things will be okay. If you keep up the dedication, you're going to find yourself in a point where you're in command. That's ultimately the best feeling. Knowing that you're the one that took control and found a way to help yourself, and you're executing it and doing great, that's a big confidence boost. I will let you in on one little secret though. You are strong enough to do this. You're strong enough to realize you need help, and you're strong enough to pull through and get it done. People will get disheartened during this process, and that's mainly for 2 big reasons. These changes that they will make in life will unfortunately make things very uncomfortable. As humans, we tend to go through the motions of life and we create patterns in our head. With those patterns, let's think of it this way. Say you're walking down a path of grass. Say you've been doing it for a while. Now, what's easier? Walking down a brand new path with fresh grass? Or continually walking down the same path that you've set for yourself where everything's worn in and easy to walk through? Does that kind of make sense? Like the great David Goggins always says, you have to become comfortable in the uncomfortable. Now, if you want some real drive, you need to check out his videos. He's the type of guy who's going to make you want to run through a wall. Now, he helped me out a lot just by helping me find my drive again. Check him out. The second reason people become frustrated is because the results just aren't coming fast enough. I touched on this subject a little earlier in the video. This process is going to take time. So obviously you shouldn't beat yourself up if things are taking a little bit longer than you might expect. Whether your goal was to lose 5 pounds or get your dream job that you've always wanted, there is a timetable with it, and we may not know what it is, but ultimately, as long as we keep plugging through, then we'll be rewarded for our effort. If you find yourself being in one of those situations, or even both, it's important to recognize it as soon as possible. Remember, you are doing the right things to pull yourself out of the rough patch that you're in. So now what? Well, let's put it all together. This is the part where I wish I could tell you that it's all smooth sailing, but just like human beings, this process will be complicated because now we're putting the whole plan into action. You've taken the time to familiarize yourself with where you are in life and who you are. You've created an action plan, and now it's time to decide to start walking towards that life that you want. I'm not gonna lie, it is a terrifying feeling to step outside of your comfort zone. but just know that you're doing this in pursuit of the greater good of yourself. Choose your well-being over your fears and insecurities. If you ever feel alone, you may not know me, but I am backing you 100%. There's nothing more that I enjoy than seeing somebody achieve the goal that they set out for themselves and becoming a better version of who they feel like they should be. So that's gonna wrap up the video for today. If you like the video and want more in-depth discussion, feel free to comment down below, and I would love to get to know you guys and talk to you a little bit more. I'm always open to help in any way that I can. Don't forget, I drop a new video every Friday, so feel free to come back and check it out. Be sure to take care of yourself and tell somebody how much they mean to you. Have a good one. Peace.